Hello folks, and welcome back to Chris Wyatt. This is Chris in central Pennsylvania with an update on master strokes of strategic communications by Ukraine on Monday and Poland on Tuesday. On Tuesday, Poland called Biden's bluff, just a day after Ukrainian President Zelinsky did the same to Vladimir Putin, exposing two frauds on two successive days. Zelinsky removed Putin's casus belli on Monday, stating he's no longer interested in NATO membership. Now, no doubt, NATO's lame response since March of 2021 and callow, tepid support in 2 weeks of Russian invasion of the Ukraine made this an easy call for the Ukrainian president. It also removes Putin's ludicrous reason for launching the conflict in the first place. In a masterstroke, Zelinsky proved himself the brighter strategic communicator. On Tuesday, Poland offered to send its 28 MiG-29 fighter jets to Ramstein Air Base in Germany, transfer them to us for handover to Ukraine, exposing the Biden administration's disingenuous idea to supply Ukraine with fighter jets. On Monday, President Volodymyr Zelensky said he's no longer pressing for NATO membership for the Ukraine. It's a delicate issue that was one of Russia's big reasons for invading the pro-Western state. Zelensky said, "I've cooled down regarding this question a long time ago after we understood that NATO is not prepared to accept the Ukraine." This was an interview on ABC News. Zelensky went on to say that the alliance is afraid of controversial things and confrontation with Russia. He also said that through his interpreter, that he does not want to be the president of a country which is begging for something on its knees. Ouch. Ouch. Kind of like Turkey trying to get European Union membership. They finally got tired of begging Brussels. In an obvious ploy to placate Moscow, Zelensky also said he's open to compromise on the status of two breakaway pro-Russian territories, Luhansk and Donetsk in the Donbass, which President Vladimir Putin recognized as independent just before unleashing his invasion on the 24th of February. Now, the leader of the war-torn Ukrainian nation also reportedly tried to mend fences by saying he was open to these negotiations. ABC News asked him about the Russian demands. Zelensky said he was open to dialogue. "I'm talking about security guarantees." He said the two regions have not been recognized by anyone but Russia, these two pseudo-republics, but we can discuss and find the compromise on how these territories will live on. What's important to me now is how the people in those territories are going to live who want to be part of Ukraine, who in Ukraine will say that they want to have them in. So the question is more difficult than simply acknowledging them, Zelinsky said. And finally said this is another ultimatum. We're not prepared for ultimatums. What needs to be done is for President Putin to start talking, start the dialogue instead of living in the informational bubble without oxygen. And with that, both the president of Ukraine on Monday and the Polish state on Tuesday, a NATO member, exposed both the Putin regime and the Biden regime for the frauds that they are. Biden has no intention of defending Ukraine. He'll do what little possible and cares little for the safety and welfare of Ukrainians or anyone else trapped in that war-torn state. Putin, for his part, clearly used as a pretext NATO membership and the breakaway irredentis republics in the Donbass region. Those are just excuses, convenient, like the Nazis and like the Soviet Union on the 30th of November, 1939, when it invaded Finland and got its hat handed to it. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the situation. 2 days, two successive frauds exposed. Vladimir Putin on Monday and the Biden regime on Tuesday. Clearly, the Biden regime had no intention whatsoever of ever fulfilling the ludicrous plan that they came up with to get the Poles to take their MiG-29s, send them to the Ukraine, and then backfill them with American disused F-16s. When called for the actual option, in a shock to the Pentagon and to the Biden regime, the Poles stunned them by making the offer. And their response doesn't seem feasible or tenable. Then why were you discussing in the first place, other than for empty virtue signaling in your shameful, piss-poor foreign policy conduct? Hey, folks, if you're not subscribed, why don't you become one? Push the button right down there. Subscribe, help us overcome shadow banning. Thank you very much. Cheers.